So it's that time of year. Who doesn't like Easter eggs? So many varieties, so many flavors, delicious. Of course, there are the yummy Easter eggs. And then for us right now, for our video, we're talking about those little moments hidden away. Sometimes they're hiding there right in plain sight, which make our TV shows and movies so much more fun. So we all know that any franchise, any entertainment juggernaut, such as Star Trek, has many dozens to hundreds, maybe thousands, certainly many dozens, hundreds of Easter eggs and sort of hidden things. So we're going to go over a nice list here. By no means is it the most, the all, by no means is it all of them incomprehensive, but we're going to do some that you either know or a little known, a little bit more obscure. So on the very first episode of The Next Generation, Enterprise D, Picard's Enterprise D, we have Admiral McCoy, not just Dr. McCoy or Bones. We have Admiral McCoy visiting the flagship of Starfleet. Now, some people who watched the old series might not know that. They might not realize that Bones gave the Enterprise D a send-off, a proper send-off indeed. And Bones was not the only original series artifact relic to come over onto Next Generation, but the transporter pads. That's right, the original series transporter pads were repurposed and reused in the TNG transporter room, but instead of being on the floor, they used them on the ceiling, so they sort of flipped them. So, every Trekker has to remember the death of Tasha Yar. How can we forget it in the episode Skin of Evil? But Symbiosis, that episode was the last episode that Denise Crosby, who played Tasha Yar, filmed. So, in a scene, you can see her waving goodbye, little Easter egg waving goodbye to everyone, because that was officially her last day of work, because the episodes were not filmed in order. Really cool one when I found out about that. Now, fans know, I'm sure they remember that Worf, Klingon, on the bridge and then became the security officer when Tasha was killed off. During the first season, he wore a gold sash, a golden baldric. Klingon. That same prop was worn by Michael Ansara as Kang in Day of the Dove. And it's funny because when you really look at the two, of course, it is the same prop, but the lighting, maybe, the maintenance of the prop itself, you really, maybe didn't spot it, but that is the same one that Kang wore in Day of the Dove. And finally, these are, I wouldn't say they're Easter eggs, they're more like Easter, a dozen eggs, or Easter buffets, egg buffets. These are full episodes of Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and then Enterprise, which contain or completely recreate older episodes, other episodes from other shows or movies. DS9, Trials and Tribulations, great time travel-y episode where Sisko and some others from Deep Space Nine crew go back to the old series episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. Gotta see it if you haven't. Awesome. Then we have Voyager Flashback. That's whole Sulu and Excelsior from the Undiscovered Country, the motion picture, The Undiscovered Country. And you've got a whole sort of recreation of that with a Tuvok, very emotional sort of underpinning. And finally, we have These Are the Voyages. And that is Enterprise with Captain Archer's vessel. And it's literally a Lost Next Generation episode. It is completely recreated sort of with, of course, the holodeck and Riker and Troy, and you gotta see it to believe it. Sadly, a lot of, including Jonathan Frakes, I guess, a lot of people involved with it sort of regret it now and said they kind of stole Enterprise's thunder. But for Next Generation fans, it really is like a lost episode. There you go, Easter eggs. They're yummy and they're exciting, and for our purposes, they're incredibly interesting to find. Hope you're enjoying, hope you're subscribing. See you soon.